Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I am Sakshi Batra and this is a special edition where we are going to be talking all about PresVu, the newest eye drops that can actually help removing the reading glasses. Well, if you've not heard of PresVu in the last few days, which rock have you been living under? The Drugs Controller General of India has approved Entod Pharmaceuticals PresVu Eye Drops, which is said to be a breakthrough in the treatment of presbyopia. The pharmaceutical company has already received the approval of the eye drops from the subject expert committee of the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, or CDSCO, as well. And PresVu is India's first eye drop that's for individuals that are suffering from presbyopia who are forced to read with glasses. Now, to discuss more on this, to help us understand how this breakthrough is going to be benefiting a large part of population in India, I am now joined by the man of the moment, Nikkhil Masurkar. He's the CEO of Entod Pharmaceuticals, and now he's joining in on the show with us. Warm welcome to you, Nikkhil, and congratulations. I may be just one additional millions of congratulations that you may be getting all since yesterday that we've been reading and finding out more about PresVu. So congratulations at the outset. This seems too good to be true when you hear it for the first time. So I want to begin by understanding from you, is it really possible to correct something that's so natural and it's a byproduct of age, just like, eyes weakening and you have to put on reading glasses? And, just tell us a little bit more on PresVu.
Yeah, thank you so much for the kind words. So, this medicine has been approved by the drug regulator in India following almost a 5-year journey of research and development. It's been a great experience being involved in developing something so innovative in the market. Uh, this medicine is approved for treatment of presbyopia in adults after doing a very detailed phase 3 clinical trial in India, which covered 10 sites and almost 250 patients. The results of that were then submitted to the select expert committee, and thereafter we got the final DCGI nod. So it's been a great experience. I think in terms of the details of the product, because this is a prescription product, I will not be able to disclose too much information on it. This is something that needs to be prescribed by a doctor, and it's not available for purchase from the general public over the counter. So that's a very important point that I wanted to communicate to you on your channel.
Okay, I'll come to that a little bit because yes, that's a very important point that everybody must do. But help us understand what is the technology involved here and how does it really remove the need of the glasses when we use PresVu? How long will it take? Is there any specific age population that you're targeting with PresVu?
So pilocarpine has been studied, for a long, long time. It has been used for other conditions as well, and even its use in presbyopia has been studied for several years. The pharmacology of it, in terms of how it works, is quite well established. In that it tends to contract the iris sphincter muscles in the eye, which then reduce the pupil size, and then this kind of expands the depth of field and focus. On the other hand, it also contracts the ciliary muscles in the eye, which then increase the what we call as the amplitude of accommodation. So all of this basically helps to improve near and intermediate vision. So this is how it works. But we never had an option in India for pilocarpine to be used in presbyopia, and this is the first time that we've developed it, and we are excited, and we've been getting a lot of congratulatory messages from doctors across India because this was the need of the hour. There was no option for presbyopia in an eye drop form in India before. So it's an exciting moment for us.
Absolutely. So you did say that it won't be available on an OTC. One has to really take a prescription from a doctor to receive this. But in what cases will this be prescribed, and what are the cases where it will not work?
Right. I mean, this is going to be prescribed following a diagnosis of presbyopia by the doctor. This would tend to work better in early cases of presbyopia. So maybe in the population between the age of 40 and 55 years of age. And but the ultimate decision on whether to prescribe and what option there is for presbyopia would depend on the doctor. So that is why it's very important that anyone who has read about this, don't go to the chemist shop or anything like that. You first need to get your eyes checked by the ophthalmologist, get diagnosed, and only the doctor will then prescribe it for you in controlled circumstances.
Right. So, in your clinical trials, what have you really found? When a patient has used this product, how long one has to use this to finally see the results of, having the need to let go of the glasses comes. How long will that, period take?
So, firstly, I want to say that this is not a replacement for spectacles or will eliminate the need for glasses. I think that has been somewhere miscommunicated through the media stories. This is a therapeutic option in presbyopia. So, for those patients who may not want to initially use spectacle glasses, reading glasses. For them, it would be an option. But again, those decisions are made by the doctor. There
Correct.
are various other ways also to deal with presbyopia, but this eye drop is a non-invasive way. And the decision to prescribe it would lie entirely with the doctor after diagnosing the patient and checking all the parameters.
So, any safety concerns there? Any side effects? Are there any that one should be aware of?
So the data that we have, the clinical trial data, has shown that this is safe and effective when it comes to the treatment of presbyopia. Now, with any medicine, there are always certain side effects. There is no medicine which is a miracle cure or no medicine which is completely free. So there are some certain, in about 2% of the population, this is what our trial data showed, that there are very minor side effects like a bit of irritation or redness. But a lot of these are transient, which means it goes away by itself and once the eye adapts to it. So this has all been shown in the clinical trial, and in fact, we'll be publishing the clinical trial results in a peer-reviewed journal, very soon. So it will be available for doctors mainly to have a look at and then make an informed decision whether their patients will benefit from it.
Okay. Any limitations that this product would have, Nikhil? What have you found in the clinical trials? That are there any specific cases where it won't work? Maybe beyond a certain age, or any specific cases?
So this treatment, from the data that we have and from the data that we have from other countries as well, shows that this will be more beneficial for those patients who have early presbyopia.
Yes.
So mainly
Got it.
patients in the age group of 40 to 55 years of age. So it will be more useful for them. Obviously, once it is in the market and once the use will be monitored, we will get more data in terms of how patients do, how they do long term with this kind of a
Right.
therapy. And again, we have also been asked by the Indian regulator to do a phase 4 trial also post marketing to further examine its effect in
Larger
patients.
population.
So a lot of these studies, even done after marketing, will give us more information, and we will be monitoring it very closely. We are a very responsible pharma company. We've been there for 47 years. So everything we do is always with caution. It's in line with all the rules and guidance that there is. and we'll be, responsibly launching this in the market after proper consultations with all the doctors involved.
Right. So, how soon do you see this being present in the chemist shops, in the nearby shops, on the shelves, and what will be the product's cost?
So we are expecting the launch to happen in the month of October. In the meanwhile, we will be running various academic events, academic sessions with our doctors, so that we pass on the details of the clinical trials to them, so they are fully equipped with all information that they need about this therapy. The product MRP will be 345 rupees for a 5 ml pack. And one of our principles has always been to kind of make sure that all our therapies, including the innovative ones, will always be cost effective and affordable for all, right from the rural settings to the metros.
Okay, got it. Now you tell us a little bit more, how big the market is that you are going to be catering to with this. In India's population right now, how many people are using reading glasses as well? And, you'll be able to help us understand how big a market is this already. And are there any other competitors also who are already catering to this market, or you're the first, and going forward, how do you see this?
So, from some of the stats that I have read, it is expected that, I mean, it is anticipated that almost 45% of people over the age of 35 may have presbyopia. It's a natural aging process of the eye, so it kind of, it kind of affects most people. So the market is huge for it. However, having said that, it needs to be properly assessed by an eye doctor, because there are several problems that happen as the eye ages. It's not just presbyopia. So it needs to be looked at by a doctor. So we expect the market to be very big and larger than probably what we think it is. It's only once this is marketed ethically that we will know the real numbers and what kind of market. It's a new thing out there. We're the first ones in India to develop and planning to launch this. And we will know over the next few years how it responds and how the market grows. In terms of competitors, there's no one else out there. We are the only ones who developed this. And in addition to this, I mean, presbyopia is just one aspect of things. We are actively working on research when it comes to myopia, childhood myopia, glaucoma, a whole range of conditions, including rare eye diseases as well. And we expect to be the first in India, if not the first in the world, in many of those therapies also. Our R&D team is actively working on a lot of these new therapies.
Right. So I wanted to actually come on to the global aspect as well. What kind of a global research on this area has already been done? Are there already available global products also of this sort, or you're actually the first one in the world?
So, in terms of PresVu, there is something in the US as well. It's a similar formulation, which has already been approved by the US FDA. That has been in the market for a few years. We developed the Indian version of it. Obviously, there had to be certain improvements that we had to do in terms of the pH, in terms of the osmolarity, because obviously it's sold in a different climatic
Yes.
zone. So we developed this from scratch, and we have quite an innovative buffer system in this, which basically maintains the pH of the natural tears when you apply it in the eyes. So this basically makes the formulation more comfortable and better for kind of long-term use as well. And we've applied for a patent for this as well. So the
Okay.
technology used in this is quite advanced, and we are hoping that this do will get good feedback for it in India once it's in the market.
Okay, and if the demand really picks up, would you also look at a global exposure as well beyond India once it shows success in the Indian market? How are you looking at scaling up your products sales?
See, we are a proud Indian company which supplies our medicines to almost 67 countries in the world. Most of our international partners have shown a lot of interest in this. In fact, we will be starting submissions of this product in various countries, in various markets where presbyopia is kind of a big thing. So the demand, the global demand is also there, and it'll be a matter of pride if an Indian company can basically sell it all over the world. So that is our intention, to be an Indian-born innovator supplying medicines to every corner of the world, especially countries of the global south.
Absolutely. And Nikhil, this definitely seems like a huge breakthrough, and you're already getting a lot of congratulations across the, industry from various doctors. Miss Kiran Majumdar Shaw also tweeted about it. So you're already getting to know from veterans that they're appreciating your work and your effort. Like you also pointed out, there are several more R&D and research already happening in various areas. So once this gains a lot of success and we get to see in due course of time how are doctors really looking at the patients and the success rate there, would you also be coming up with a research for say short-sightedness as well? Would that be something which is on your radar?
Yeah, we are already actively working on short-sightedness or myopia. We already
Myopia.
have a medicine in the market for it. We are working on various other aspects of eye disease. We're also doing very active campaigns in terms of eye donation and raising the awareness of eye conditions. I think all this media buzz on presbyopia, I think at least one thing it has done is that it's created a dialogue and a discussion on eye health in our country on a national level, which has never happened. And I think as a passionate pharma company focusing in eye care, I think it's a great, time for us that we actually are kind of where everyone is talking about eye health. So there is a lot to come in the future. Bigger things will come as well. I really appreciate everyone's thank you messages and good wishes. But one thing I can assure you, as an Indian company, we will be taking on the research drive in a much, much bigger way, and we'll be making our country proud.
Absolutely. Well, all the very best to you on that note, Nikhil, and thank you so much for sparing your time for us to explaining to all our viewers as to what to expect. And of course, this is a massive breakthrough. It's for the first time that we are hearing of, some such thing. And in case it's successful, it could be a huge, huge benefit for a large part of population of India and also beyond as well. So all the very best to you for this journey ahead, and looking forward to having you back once things settle down. You also get some initial research from phase 4. We will get back to you to help our viewers understand a little bit more on detail. But right now it's the time for celebrations. You're already at it. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, viewers, so there you have it. Everything from the management's was that everything that you've been hearing, reading, you have got more clarity from what exactly this product is going to be like, who is it going to be for, and how is it going to work going forward from here. It's definitely a big breakthrough in the world of medicine and eye healthcare. Thank you so much for being with us on this special edition, but do stay tuned. Business Today Television will continue to get you such fascinating insights from the world of business.
Revolt breaks out in the BJP over ticket distribution in Haryana. A day after the ruling party released a list of 67 candidates, dropping 7 sitting MLAs, including 3 ministers, several leaders hit out again.